Welcome to this week's edition of Balling in the Bluegrass, a Pure Prospects podcast. You can follow us on Twitter at BNTB Podcast. On this week's episode, me and co-host Jason Alexander of Bluegrass Preps speak entertainment, high school football, as well as AAU and high school basketball. We also visit other guests around the state speaking about the sports in Kentucky. We hope you enjoy, and we'll see you again after the show. With us, we have Cash Daniel, senior linebacker at Paintsville High School, as well as UK commit. He will be going over to Coach Stoops and Mark Stoops in the program. He joins Drew Barker, Dre Jackson, and that crew. Now, Cash, you had some big-time offers from, South Carolina. You had U of L, Purdue, some mid-major offers, Marshall, EKU, Ohio, EKU, Charlotte, Austin Peay, Troy, Ball State. Of course you're talented. You threw for over 1,000 yards. You rushed for over 1,000. You had 112 solo tackles with 68 assisted. You had 4 interceptions, which 2 were returned for touchdowns. That just shows your overall, athleticism. I know you're ranked as a 3-star on some recruiting sites. And I think, some of that may be misleading. What led you to ultimately decide, UK is the spot for me?
When this whole thing first started, I never thought in a million years that, Kentucky would offer me a scholarship because, where I come from, kids don't get that much exposure, especially at the national level, and especially in the SEC. So, I had confidence in myself, that I was going to get recruited, but, I didn't ever think it'd be anything bigger as it got. But, when Kentucky offered me, and it was a big deal for me because, in East Kentucky, everybody thinks blue. You can go into a gas station, you go anywhere you want to go. If somebody's going to have a UK hat on, shirt, you don't have a bumper plate, sticker on it. That's a Wildcat, something in order to do with UK. And, every time I visited Lexington, it just felt like I was at home. At Paintsville High School, I coached Blue and White, and I've won Blue and White, since kindergarten. And, I decided why change it up now, to stick with it. And I believed in what Drake Jackson was telling me, saying that, listen, I'm going to Kentucky. I believe in what Coach Stoops and the coaching staff is doing to change the program. And over the course of the year, I saw that, with the big ones they picked up, like over South Carolina. And like I told Drake, I said, listen, if you honestly believe in that, then I'm going to believe in it too. Let's roll with it. Now looking back, let's put it forward drive and let's go win the SEC championship. And I'm all in. I'm all in with Coach Stoops, and it's the best center in my life so far.
Man, I'm not going to lie. You just give me goosebumps. And if any of the UK football listeners out there didn't believe in what's going on, they need to now. Because with that attitude, I think Kentucky has a great chance of going and doing great things in the SEC. And you're going to get to play in I think it's the best conference by far. Some people, claim Big 12, Big 10, and the Missouri controversy. They had never won a Big 12 title, or it's been forever, and then they come to the SEC and they win the last 2 years in the SEC East, which the East was down the past 2 years, but I think the SEC is best. Now, as far as being football, when did you know that you were good at football that you could go to the next level?
I'm a very confident person, but I'm never, going to say I'm overconfident. People might tell me I am, but everything I say I can back up, even on the field and what I say. But I don't like to call myself good because my dad always tells me this. There's 1,000 guys in the world like Cash Daniel. It's not better than you. But I knew I wanted to play football when I was, in elementary school, because I was I was kind of a troublemaker in school. I was like, start fights and stuff, and I get in a lot of trouble. And then, when I was introduced to football, they told me, okay, you can go hit somebody and not get in trouble for it. I was like, well, hell yeah, that's my kind of sport. Either this or hockey, and I can't skate, so ultimately I chose football. And, it became really fun for me. I watched college football with my dad, going out to the NFL with the pros, and I grew up watching, Brett Favre and those kind of guys, and seeing how much money they make, and, I wanted to be that guy one day. But the first step is to be a dominant player in high school, go to the next level, and dominate there. Because when you're in the SEC, man, it's a step down from Sundays. No lie, man. It's a national championship every Saturday. You're playing against two SEC teams going at it. And so I also decided I want to get my college play score because I don't want my mom and dad to pay for school for me. And I'm going to get there doing what I do best, that's play football.
I really think the SEC is the D-League for the NFL as far as NBA basketball, and I believe that, and I'll believe that till the day I die, unless things just totally shift with the NCAA rules. Now, let's talk a little bit about Cash Daniels. Let's talk about a day in the life of Cash Daniels. What time do you wake up? What's the day in your life? What do you do?
Well, I graduate high school in December, so I have to make a schedule. I have 2 English classes, 2 science classes, and 2 math classes. So I really don't get any easy classes, and we have first period weights, which start 30 minutes before school. So during that first period, we have time to get showered and stuff. But this year, I couldn't get that. So I had one of my coaches let me in the school. He's a teacher. He lets me in at 6:30. I get about 5:30, and he about 6 eggs, couple things of oatmeal, whole wheat toast, orange juice, milk, just to get my body going. Get to the gym, bust my butt there. I get done probably around 7:20. Go up to the locker room, shower, finish any homework, or study a little bit more. Then before first period starts. Then I got school from 8 to 3. Then after school, on the first hour of the football field, I'm watching film, an hour before we're supposed to be on the field. I'm over here watching film, on the offensive side and on the defensive side. And we go out and practice. We put 2 hours up on the clock and start it. That never ends like that because, there's some times where you mess up and you got to go over some stuff even more. But, I get home probably around 8:30 or 9, and by that time, if I have homework, I'm doing it. But if I don't, I'm watching film, I'm hanging out with my dad or my sister or my grandparents, because, I hardly get to see them when football season starts, because, you're at school from 6:30 to 3, and then from the field from 3:15 to 8. So, you got to put your time in where it matters most with your family.
Now, I know it sounds you don't have a lot of leisure time, but what do you do for fun?
Well, I'm a big country boy, so I like to hunt and fish, and that's a good thing about me and these guys from the UK. These commits, me and Landon Young, we're a bunch of country boys, so we got a lot of time on there. If you read the Kentucky.com article, Let's Help article about me, Landon, and Drake, we were waiting on Drake over at Woodford County for about an hour. And me and Landon were sitting on our tailgates, talking about bass fishing and how excited they get to campus together. And me and him both get a little off on when we're going to find some good farm pond lakes and fish. But, I like to hunt and fish and then, just hang out with my friends. I don't watch a lot of TV, so, I got fun. I'm always going to be doing something. I'm not the type of guy that's sitting around the house not doing anything.
You don't think the UK bass fishing team may sway you away from the football team?
I'm not be able to talk Coach Tibbs and be a two-sport athlete.
Hey, I love to bass fish. A lot of people that know me, I've got more fishing gear, then to be honest, it's embarrassing. But man, I love it, and I think there's nothing like it in the world. But I was kind of with you about being able to be able to bass fish and play football as well. I'm sure you don't have to worry about being injured. Now, do you play any other sports in high school other than football, or are you just mainly focused on football?
When I was growing up, I wanted to play every time. My dad was a basketball player. He played basketball in college, so he got me into playing basketball. He's also a baseball player in college, so he got me playing baseball. And then, football just came along, when I was little because, my dad saw so much potential in my size and stuff. He said, well, heck, forget about basketball and baseball. You can be a football player. But I continue to play both because, it keeps you in shape. It keeps you competing. And if there's any kid that's listening to this right now, that's what I got to tell you. Even if I'm young, sometimes don't, short yourself with your high school and childhood career because, look back on it one day and say, man, I wish I played basketball, I played football, I did track and field, golf, whatever it may be. Don't just focus yourself on one sport, there's when it's over with, you're going to be around and sitting around not doing anything. You just make memories with your friends and everyone forget, once all that stuff's over with. So I played basketball, baseball, football from the time I was, in first grade up to now. Unfortunately, I won't get to play baseball this year. I'm graduating early, but I'm going to play a half a year basketball for Coach.
Yeah, I think playing all the sports, like you said, helps build camaraderie, but also you stay competitive. You keep that competitive edge. Now, the risks are getting hurt, but I think the reward outweighs the risk, and that's my view. But what's your favorite music? What do you like to listen to?
Well, it depends on what I'm doing, or I'm mainly a country music guy. But if it's before a football game, I'm listening to bands like Disturbed, Five Finger Death Punch, and get my rock and roll on, get that blood runs, play football. But other than that, I'm just a main country guy. I like hip hop here and there, but I'm mainly a country and rock kind of guy.
Now I'm going to be coming. It's going to be our game of the week on Friday. You guys play. It's Franklin County or Frankfort High.
Frankfort High School.
Frankfort High. Yeah, I'll be there for that. I can't wait to see you. I hope encourage all of our listeners to get out and be able to see you play. What about movies and things? I know you said you didn't watch TV. So do you get a chance to watch any movies? If so, what's your favorite movies?
Whenever I do watch TV, it's generally a movie. If I'm watching TV, I gotta be with my dad. I like to spend time with him, and he's an 80s guy, so I know a bunch of 80s movies. I like them a lot. Because, if you look at a movie now, look at the recent movies, the special effects, you can tell it's cheap fake. If you look at an 80s movie, they actually had to blow stuff up back in those days. So, it's pretty fun to see those kind of movies, but I'm more like I like a good comedy, I like a good laugh. I'm an easygoing guy, I like to laugh a lot, so I'm a comedy movie kind of guy, and then I like scary movies too, that scare the jeebies out of me. But, just a comedy and horror movie kind of guy. And sports movies, of course, my favorite movie of all time is Friday Night Lights or Glory Road. So, those are sports movies are definitely my favorite. Then you go comedy and horror movies as well.
So you're not Billy Bob. You don't have bacon in the back of your pickup truck, do you?
Excuse me?
You're not Billy Bob, are you? You don't have bacon.
Oh, it's Varsity Blues, yeah. I love that movie. That's a good one.
Yeah. But no, I just wanted to hit you up and let some of our listeners kind of get to know you. Are you excited about coming to campus in December? And have you thought out about what kind of degree you're going towards?
I'm very excited to get up there in December. just talking with the guys, guys like C.J. Conrad, Boone Williams, Drew Barker, guys like that that I've got to know on my visits, and get up there in December and get to know the guys and start building camaraderie, through workouts and stuff like that. And we get into spring ball. And, I want to get there early because in spring ball, I'm going to learn the basic, the playbook on the defensive side. So when fall camp comes, when you have like other freshmen, everybody come in, you're already 2 steps ahead of them. And, I'm good with business. I like to sell stuff. I'm good, fluent talking. And I like to interact with people. And if football doesn't work out, and if the WWE doesn't work out, then I like to go into business, get a business degree, and do something with my life in the business world.
So you're into wrestling?
Oh yeah, big WWE fan.
Who's your favorite?
Well, of all time or right now?
Of all time.
Of all time. Can it be a tag team?
Anybody, tag team, women, it doesn't matter.
My favorite of all time would have to be D-Generation X. Those guys,
yes,
they're funny. They stick it to the authority. They're just bad. Shawn Michaels, Triple H, Billy Gunn, Jesse James, X-Pac, those guys. It's funny to watch those guys on YouTube, for sure.
I like the NWO when it come out as well.
Kevin Nash,
something about the bad guys coming out, and
the Attitude Era is what they call it. I wasn't old enough to actually watch it, but just looking at it back on YouTube and stuff, and just watching it, and it's very entertaining, and it's just a thing that I like to watch other than football.
What about now? Who's your favorite now that's actually wrestling?
It has to be either between Brock Lesnar or Roman Reigns, because those dudes are just bad dudes. You don't want to mess with Brock Lesnar or Roman Reigns. And if I had to pick, I'd say I thought neither of them. So.
Well, Cash, we appreciate you taking the time out of after working out. Where can people reach you on Twitter? I think your tag is at CashDaniel15.
Yeah, my Twitter tag is at CashDaniel15, and if you want to follow me on Instagram, it's at CashMoney_15. So, give me a follow.
Well, we wish you the best, and we will see you Friday night, my man.
I appreciate it. You have a good day.
You too.
All right, see you, bye.
With us, we have Coach Andre Mahorn of the Travelers of the Nike EYBL. How you doing, Coach Mahorn?
I'm doing good in yourself, man. How's everything going?
Man, everything's going great. I know it's kind of depressing. AAU season is over. High school's getting ready to start. Your 17U group will be gone. 16U is coming up. You guys, kind of had a rough season in EYBL. But as we both know, the EYBL is the top talent across the nation as well as the world. Can you give us a few thoughts on your season this year?
As far as the EYBL season goes, I think every year is going to be tough. Prior to this year, both years we went to Peach Jam was, rough years, and you had some of the best talent on those teams. This year, we just kind of ran into a spot, tough spot. We had 9 new guys. And anytime you take that many new faces into that level of basketball, it's hard. It's going to be tough. So with the returning of Braxton and Carson, and going against what we went against this past season, we didn't come out with the wins and losses, but I think overall, our kids got better every week, every session. And then by the end of the summer, I think the best basketball was there for us to play throughout the summer.
Can you kind of speak on how big it was for the KBA and Lexington to get the EYBL to visit for the second stop?
Now, I thought, that atmosphere would be crazy. I thought it was great. I know how Kentucky loves basketball. and that's the highest level of basketball that you play against. And you had every coach in America coming through there, and I just thought the atmosphere that the KBA presented was great. And then to have the EYBL in Lexington, Kentucky is big because, of course, what UK is doing and how they had their season. Just to see the next crop of great kids coming, future NBA players and all that good stuff right here in your hometown and the home state was a blessing.
Yes, actually, the first day I visited, I could not keep my eyes on one court. It was literally just so much going on. It was literally, amazing. I know they had the Racing to the Rim over at the LCA Academy, but as far as the EYBL, I think it's something that every basketball fan, college, NBA, high school, they need to come out and attend an EYBL session. Now, speaking of the EYBL, the Peach Jam. I've never been. Can you kind of explain in words the atmosphere of the Peach Jam?
The Peach Jam, man, is the mecca of summer basketball. I only can speak of my experiences, being there 2 years, and I think each year it got better. Unfortunately, we wasn't able to get to this year, but I can tell by the showcase of ESPNU that the atmosphere was still as high as it could be, and it's continuing to grow. Nike's is that brand and that level of basketball is continually growing. So it's something. If you seeing the EYBL is a good thing, but seeing being able to go to Peach Jam is a great thing.
I know you guys come to the summit that weekend and had your throwback unis on. Now, am I mistaken? Yeah. Have you guys' program been around for 20 years?
Our program has been around for over 25 years. It's been with Nike for 20 years. Charlie Benson started the program. One of our assistant coaches, Shane Carnes, was one of the first travelers. So that history and that commitment that we have, it still runs fresh, even though we migrated, travelers migrated to Kentucky 3 years ago. So it's still, that tradition is still, 100% and running strong.
Is there any way, off the top of your head, maybe name some big-time alums that our listeners may recognize?
Ron Mercer, Vince Yarborough, to name a few. I'm probably the wrong person to ask that. Shane would be probably the better because they would know off the top of their heads. But I know so many kids, over 200 kids, have been to colleges. And I say over 200, but probably over 250 plus has been a part of this program and has benefited from what this program has been about, which was the kids and the players. And just, being able to go to college and, format the rest of their lives for them. So Charlie Benson definitely laid that foundation with the Travelers organization, and everybody else who was behind it, pushing it.
Being around AAU, can you kind of explain maybe the differences or some things that have changed in the past few years, not only with your program as well as other programs coming in, the number of programs, the more kids playing travel ball?
Well, I think, my vision in basketball is, let's continue to make it expand. Let's make it bigger. Let's make more avenues for these kids to get to where they want to get in life. I don't think it should be a pecking order of who gets what. I think, if we continue to teach the kids the right way and we help them, you'll see more teams popping up. You'll see more, prosperous, hopefully, organizations doing what they're supposed to do right by the kids. Now, as long as that's their motive, I think I would love the opportunity to see it continue to grow and just give opportunities, man, because unfortunately, the Travelers is not for every kid and every kid's not for the Travelers, but at the same time, that doesn't mean there's not other kids out there that deserve a better opportunity than what other kids, than what they're getting.
I think that was well spoken. I tell many kids every program is not for every kid, and every program is not. I mean, every kid is not for every program, and every program is not for every kid. Just because it's backed by certain companies or coaches or whatever, it may not be the correct fit for you. But if some kids maybe do not have the options and just want to play basketball, so they go that route. But with you and the Travelers, I know your 17U team, point guard Braxton Beverly, pound per pound, I think he is one of the best basketball players in the state. The kid has a ball on the string. He can break down the defense. Of course, he can shoot, facilitate. What's your thoughts on him, and what got you to get Braxton to play with you guys over at the Travelers?
Braxton, man, when you talk about Braxton, I think you're talking about, you're talking about the Travelers, especially since they've been in Kentucky, because he's been a part of the program since it's been here. So he was one of the first kids that was on the team and established, in the state, with Charlie Benson and Andy Lyons going out to go recruit kids. Braxton Beverly is one of those kids that, the program sought and worked hard to get. I personally think, man, Braxton is, for us, he was that extension on the floor. So many times over and over again, things, he was, every big game he was in, he was a part of, playing with James Bolden and Cam Justice and Zach McCormick. And, as a freshman and holding his own, just being there on the highest level, and then coming back the next year and having that same opportunity with James Bolden and Cam Justice in the backcourt and Jalen Perry, and just kind of expanding his game then. And then to see him this year kind of without those guys, and to see, his constant success, how many things he's done and accomplished over the period of time, it speaks of the Travelers program. I think the kid is a great man. I think he's a great young man, and he's going to do many big things on his journey, and he'll enjoy his next level of basketball.
Yes, I think he's going to do great at Hargrave, and no matter what college he chooses to attend, I think he'll do well. The last game I got to see you guys play was at Nationals against the King James team, and honestly, yes. Braxton was getting wherever he wanted to on the floor, and Carson Williams, he had a heck of a game. You have your Matt Miller down there bruising, and Tavin Loven, for a kid to be playing up in the EYBL, that just speaks volumes on what kind of future that kid ultimately has. You guys pulled that victory off, and that was probably a good signature victory for you guys in the Nationals.
I thought that was a big game. I think the atmosphere of the game is something that generated from us both being EYBL teams. Of course, the success that King James had of this past season with some of those guys and going to Peach Jam made it a little bit more interesting when we got a chance to play. So my guys, we kind of knew what we were up against just because we knew that level of play. I thought all our guys stepped up. Our 2017s, stepped up, Taven and Peyton. And then you had, your 2016s with Braxton, Carson, Matt, Ben, Matt Miller and all those guys, just contributing in a major way. And just, playing at a high level. And then you had Brad Calipari in there doing, so our team was constantly, forming and generating, throughout that whole process. And I thought we ended the summer in a good way. You know, those guys really gave their all every game, and so we just continue to me get better in my eyes.
The atmosphere was crazy. It was standing room only. Listeners, there were 26 courts in this facility around the Travelers and the King James. Standing room only, cameraman all around the court. The atmosphere was like it was in a gym. I mean, it's probably one of the best best AAU games that I had been to this year alone. Just with the atmosphere and the pride of both teams on the floor, and that was a great win for you guys, and I'm happy for you. Now looking into next season, your 16U team, are going to move up to your 17U. I'm sure you're going to pick some new kids up and have a great season. One question I wanted to ask is, how come you don't have a 15U program?
When the Travelers first came to Kentucky, it was structured to, 17, 16s. And we were just trying to break ground, coming in Kentucky and trying to, get the best kids. And you had the 16 program, and then they, of course, will move up to your 17U. And then, so we kind of established that, and now we're in the process of looking to add those pieces, to go further down, to expand our brand in the state, expand the Travelers family to 15U and so forth. That's something that we're under heavy construction with, trying to develop and find the right pieces, to have that spot, that spot for the Travelers 15U. That's something we definitely want to grow and go after. So I think here, very soon, near future, we will see a Travelers 15U program and a Travelers of 14 years and so forth. I think the Travelers brand and family will continue to grow.
Okay, for kids listening, we were talking about programs may not be a correct fit for them. What should they look for? Maybe your coaching style, the exposure. What should a player look for in a program that may send them in the correct direction?
I don't really know what the player should look for. I think one, you want to go somewhere where you're treated honest and loyal. I would never speak on what other programs do or don't do. That's not my concern. As I will never speak on what other shoe companies do or don't do, because that's not my concern. But I can only speak on what we do, and how we format our situation for our players in our program. And I think for us, man, we just want somebody, that understands the commitment of hard work, that understands the commitment of hard work, to outwork any kid and every kid, a constant hunger, loyalty to the program as well, loyalty to you. And just good, just a good person to be around, a good family oriented person. We're not selfish in any means. Our coaches on the 17U, Shane Carnes comes from Atlanta, Georgia, makes every practice, makes every game, every session. Coach Trey, he comes from Chattanooga, Tennessee, makes every session, makes every game. So our program shows commitment in itself. So if our coaches are doing it, then we only expect our players to do it. And so far, that's been our success. And just having kids in our program, man, are just committed to buying in what we're doing.
And I think if you treat kids with that kind of passion and integrity, I think it will help them not only become better basketball players, but better men when they grow up, better young men.
Totally, totally. I mean, that's. I mean, we don't stop. I know, hey, the summer basketball circuit is over for us. But my job isn't done until all those guys that play for us and are somewhere in school, and college, and we'll work for them as well as we'll work to get the next crop of kids in our program. But our job isn't done until every kid that wore that jersey in the 17U team are somewhere successful in college. Constantly helping and trying to push and motivate them that to happen.
I know you can be reached on Twitter at Travelers Hoops. What about a website and your personal coach Twitter tag for the listeners to look you up?
Well, our Travelers Hoops is our website also. We have that. It's on our website. And then my personal Twitter is DREBLSD1 on Twitter, at Dre BLSD1. And I'm visible. I'm on there. Our coaches is on there. We follow our players. We follow, the up and coming kids. We're trying to learn everybody. Although everybody may not play for us or be with us, we want to be, seen and visible by all. So, we're very visible and active.
Well, I appreciate you for coming on the Balling in the Bluegrass podcast. I look forward to seeing you next year throughout the high school season, wherever it may be. If you need anything, you know where we're at. You can come on anytime you'd like. Like I said, we wish you the best, and hope the Travelers are around for 25 more years.
I appreciate that, Cody, and God willing, we'll continue to do what we're doing, and I definitely know I'll see you in the gym somewhere, because I know you're out there everywhere, man.
Yes, I get out there as much as I can to do my job, and one person being able to see every kid in Kentucky, it's hard, but you've got to try and start somewhere.
You are now about to witness the strength of street knowledge.
With us, we have head coach of Lexington Christian Academy Eagles, Nate Valentine. This is his second year at LCA. He spent 9 years at Trancey as an assistant, as well as playing for Brian Lane. How you doing, Nate?
I'm doing great, Cody. Thanks for having me on again.
Yes, nothing like having you on. I know you've got a lot of things going on this season. You've got some great players coming back. I know you lost Matt Rose, one of your leading scorer, but you bring back Kyle Rode, Trey King, and Trevor Hill, correct?
Yes, we bring back those three guys. You mentioned Matt Rose is obviously a huge loss for us, and he was the 11th region player of the year last year, and he's going to have a great career at Stanford. But we also lost 6 other seniors too that put a lot into the program and kind of helped pave the way. And hopefully we're headed in the right direction with it. But and then also Drew Trimble that was a big contributor last year. He's also playing basketball. He's at the Prep Academy in Navy and just completed his basic training there, and is going to have a very good career and a bright future ahead of him. But those 3 guys coming back with some other guys, I think we can be right back in the hunt like we were last year.
I know you guys. You actually have a great schedule. You in November, you guys go and play. You play Taylor County comes to you and plays. That'll be against Quentin Gooden and David Sloan and the rest of the crew. You've got the Legacy Nissan Classic. You got Dunbar on the schedule. You've got some great games. I'm sure Catholics, huge rivalry, Dunbar. Want to talk to you a little bit about your Central Bank Jim Rose Classic that's held on December the 12th. Can you kind of speak on some of the teams that you'll have there?
Yeah, we're really excited about that field. This is something that Central Bank has been really generous to be of a sponsor for us for several years, even before I got here. But it kind of died down a little bit the last few years, and we're really trying to put some new life and new energy in it. And, right now we're keeping that a one-day event. We've got 10 teams are going to play, 5 games, and just trying to really build that back and do it right. And we're really going to take care of the teams and hopefully grow it into one of the premier, 2-day events across the state. But we have teams from all over, and that's what I'm excited about. We're bringing Shelby Valley in from the mountains, and then Davies County from down in West Kentucky, Rowan County. Down 64, obviously. I played my freshman coach with Sean Packer at Rowan County, and excited to have him coming up. We're going to play Western Hills in the nightcap of that. I have some really good teams. Campbell County, Covington, Holmes. So teams from all over with a lot of good players and a lot of good teams, and should be a great day of basketball.
I think it'll be a great day. There's a lot of great teams. Some of the best talent in the state, will be at your place. Now, I know you have 3 gyms. Are you going to run all 3 floors, or is that just going to be a one-floor event?
What we're going to do is we're going to play all the varsity games in one gym, and then in our auxiliary gym, we're going to play some JV games to those teams that want to play. And like I said, it's just all about making it a great event. If somebody can bring their varsity team and have a great experience, and go ahead and bring their JV and get a good game against somebody that they typically wouldn't play, we want to create that opportunity for teams. So hopefully we'll have a full day of basketball on both gyms.
Yes, and I know you guys head out to the Woodford County Classic, and then the Lake Cumberland Classic after the holidays. Can you?
We're going back to Woodford County again. We went over there last year, and we're able to beat a very good Lincoln County team in the championship game over there. But Coach Hunley does a great job putting the tournament on. And, it's a local tournament for us, and it's always good to stay close to home around the holidays. We're going to go to Somerset and play 4 days down there, but we want to stay close to home and sleep in our own bed those days before Christmas this year. Next year we're looking at going to a Christmas tournament, probably somewhere in Florida. Trying to work that out to where, whether it's every other year, we're taking our guys and giving them, an experience that they may not get other places. So, but the Woodford County tournament's always good, and I haven't seen the bracket or the matchups yet, but I expect it to be a very competitive field, and sure it'll be a challenge again like it was last year.
Now, we're talking about some guys that you had coming back, especially Kyle Rode. He's ranked probably number 1 in the his 2019 class. You've got Trey King. That's a big. I've noticed him this summer. He has really improved with his hands and feet. Trevor Hill. He coming off his ACL injury, and I know he's a slasher, and he likes to play on the perimeter. But also you have a couple of freshmen in Shadea Scott and Isaiah Hunt. Can you speak a little on those two?
Yeah, those two. We're really excited about those two, and the thing you have to remember is those two were playing middle school basketball last year. So there's a steep learning curve, but both those guys bring a lot of energy. to the program, and I think they'll challenge some of our older guys for minutes. But really, what it does is it makes our freshman class at LCA, one of the best out there. I think I would take with Kyle and Isaiah and Shadea, plus what we have, Pierce Dalton, Blaine Martin, those guys. That freshman class is very, very good. Even without Kyle and without Isaiah and without Shadea. But when you add those two, that class is very, very good, and I'm excited about those two. But, some of the guys you talked about, Kyle Road, obviously, tremendous talent. He's physically just so far ahead. When I was at Transy, we would have been excited about bringing a kid with Kyle's just physical stature in as a freshman. I mean, he's 6'6", 206 pounds today. He actually weighed in at 206. So he's a very physical player too. He's not afraid to put his shoulder in somebody and get to the rim. He's working every day to improve his jump shot, and like I said, he's one of the top-rated kids in his class, and I think he'll be heavily recruited if he continues to work on his game. And he's a great kid, great attitude, great work ethic, and he's really somebody we can build a program with. Trey King, another one you mentioned. His best days are still to come. He's really physically, he's blossomed in the last 18 months. Just looking at him today, big broad shoulders, got a big chest on him now. I mean, he's completely changed his body. His conditioning has improved vastly, which was a major thing he needed to work on. Trevor Hill coming back from an ACL injury. That was a tough thing last year, and we were fortunate to have the year we did, because when he went down 5 games into the season, I was concerned that we wouldn't recover. Trevor was one of our best defenders, one of our best shooters, best ball handlers on the floor, and you take that guy out. Not to mention, he's one of the toughest kids that I have in the program. So you take that out, we left a very big void to fill. But yeah, we're excited about what we have. 2 other guys that we haven't mentioned is John Davis. Brother Joe graduated last year, but he did a tremendous job at the point for me this summer at least, and can really shoot it, really pass it, really unselfish. And then David DeMarcus is maybe the most underrated player in the region. I think he's a 6'4" kid that can shoot, can post up, put it on the floor, and does a little bit of everything for us. So just really excited about this season.
Yeah, I know your first year you went 19-10. I know you're trying to go a little better this year, get the record up. But as far as coaching, you spent 9 years under Ryan Lane at Transy. How does that translate over to coaching high school kids or players?
At LCA, it was a very seamless transition, I think. One of the things we always had at Transy, we had really smart kids, and we could do a lot of things with it. We may not always have the most athletic teams, but we felt like we could use our smarts and change things up and make people do some things that they're maybe not used to doing. And that's been the same case at LCA. It's great kids from great families, and they just they all want to get better, and they're eager to learn. And so from that standpoint, it's been pretty seamless. And then the same as LCA is like a small college. I mean, the way it's run and the way the facilities are. I mean, we have a full-time strength coach there. We just got a new $60,000 scoreboard and video board. So really wasn't much change for me. It's been a great transition and move that certainly glad that I made. Now that we're hopefully getting this thing headed in the right direction.
Well, Coach, we appreciate you coming on the Balling in the Bluegrass podcast, our at BNTB podcast. Listeners, you can visit Lexington Christian Academy's website at golcaeagles.com. Follow them on Twitter at LCA Athletics. Follow Coach Nate Valentine at LCA Coach B. Is that correct, Coach?
That's correct. I think we're about 3 followers from 500, so maybe we'll hit that mark with this episode of Balling in the Bluegrass.
That sounds great, Coach. We loved having you on. Anytime you want to come on, we'll be seeing you this season, and look forward to the Central Bank Classic as well as the Wofford County Classic, and seeing you over at Lake Cumberland. But the Taylor County game should be a good one as well.
Yeah, I'm certainly excited about that game. You know, Taylor County was one that they were actually coming to our Central Bank Classic, and Coach Gatewood's a great friend of mine, and he called and said that they got invited to play on ESPN. What should he do? And I told him without a doubt, go play on ESPN, and maybe we'll just make our game a scrimmage. So I'm excited to get a test right out of the gate to see where we are against one of the, if not the best team in the state. So, yeah, it should be a great game. But I appreciate everything that you do, and you do a great job covering high school basketball and do a lot for these kids in the state. And, you know, you're paving the way for a lot of good guys, and you're doing a great job with it.
Well, I want to thank you for giving me some of your time away from your family, and I know you got a few youngins, so have a good night, and I hope you get a good night's sleep, Coach.
Very good. Thanks a lot.
Welcome back to the BNTB podcast with your host, Cody Thomas. With us, we have assistant coach from Three Rivers JUCO. They're the Raiders. Ronnie Carson of Bryan Station committed and is now on campus. They have a great JUCO college. They went 23-8 last year. Pretty nice. They did pretty well last year. How you doing, Coach?
I'm doing pretty good. How about yourself?
Doing great, man. First of all, I'd like to speak a little bit about, I know Ronnie Carson just made it over to campus, and it's really good to see him be able to be able to go to college and commit somewhere. Are you guys excited about Ronnie being on campus?
Yeah, we're excited to get Ronnie down here on campus. So, you know, I think he'll be a very good addition to our team. He'll be a guy that can kind of run the show and can also score some baskets. So he'll be a really good addition to our program.
Like I said, you went 23-8 last year. Did you lose very many to transfer or graduation?
Yeah, we lost. We have 4 returning players, so we lost. We ended up losing 10 guys. So we had some guys kind of move on, and other schools graduated, going to, got a guy ended up going to Sam Houston State. Had a couple guys go to Division II, and so we've had a big turnover on our roster for this year.
Well, not to say anything, but honestly, that's what you guys want. That's your goal as a JUCO, correct?
Yeah, our goal is to, obviously the first goal is to win as many games and stuff as we can, and also get the kids graduated and get their education. But, one of the main focuses for us is to help these guys move on to the next level, and so they can continue their education and continue playing and doing something that they love to do.
I know season is around, and you guys will be practicing soon. 23-8 last year. You lost most of your guys. You're bringing in Ronnie. Can you kind of name some other guys that you bring in? And are most of your players local or close to the Missouri area?
Well, we have a guy from St. Louis. He's probably the most local guy we have, but from St. Louis, Cameron Scales would be about 6'4", wing player, really good shooter. But we got guys all over. We got a signed a 6'10" kid, Terrence Parker from Wilson, North Carolina, who's going to be a pretty good player. Signed another 6'9" kid from Arkansas, who's actually Scottie Pippen's nephew, Kavion Pippen, would be a pretty good player as well. So we signed those guys. Signed a kid from Alabama, Cameron Reedus, so Sadez Miller from Monticello, Arkansas. So that's just including Ronnie. So we've signed guys. We signed a foreign kid from Serbia, from overseas. So we've whatever guys we feel can help the program out. we don't have any problem bringing them in. So, but we're kind of all over the place with some of our guys. Got a kid from Chicago as well. So we go all over.
As far as your schedule, many may not know. As far as JUCO, what kind of programs do you play during the season, maybe preseason, and your postseason schedule?
I mean, we've Three Rivers is a very historic junior college. Coach Gene Best, this will be his 46th year, I believe. He has over 1,200 wins, a couple national titles, 9 or 10 Final Four appearances. So, we like to think this is one of the premier places in the country. So we like to go play a national schedule against some of the best players and best teams in the country. We play some teams from Illinois, Tennessee, Missouri. We even have a trip up to going up to New York after Christmas to play 3 games. It'll be 2 of the better teams from out east up there. So we like to play a national schedule and get these guys in front of some guys, some exposure in front of coaches, and so we're gonna do a good job of trying to put these guys in the best position we can. For our postseason stuff, we play in a really good league, so one of the better regions in the country. So the winner of our region we play the winner out of one of the Illinois regions, and the winner of that game will go on to the national tournament. So, Coach does a good job of putting the schedule together, a good mix of teams, and trying to play the best competition we can in order to get us ready for the postseason.
As far as your facilities and gym, as well as school, what can future recruits and prospects expect when they visit Three Rivers?
I think you can expect, really nice campus, real nice people. Our guys stay in pretty nice apartments on campus, and we're actually supposed to break ground in a couple of weeks on a brand new arena, which would be about a $12 million project. I think over 3,000 seats, video boards. We have several courts in there, weight room, new offices. So, we have one of the programs put a lot of money into it. So you can expect, we're looking to have the premier gym in the country in junior college. So it'll be one of the better ones in the country. Should be done in probably a year and a half. So I think we have enough stuff here in order to, have guys be successful when they come here and leave and go on to play other places. So you can expect really good facilities and different things, for you to be successful.
Most of our audience is from Kentucky. I'm not saying we don't get listened to nationwide or worldwide, but, as far as parents and players, can you kind of explain how a JUCO school, every parent or player wants to be a D1 kid, but notably you've probably had I don't want to say a lot, but players move on to play professionally, maybe overseas, or transfer to a D1 or D2 program and go ahead and better their life. Maybe they weren't ready the first year coming out of high school.
Well, junior college is a place, usually a guy, maybe didn't have really good grades, wants to, play at a high level. We get those kind of guys, and, they have to graduate. If they don't qualify, they have to graduate in 2 years with a 2.5, 64 credit hours in order to go to Division I. So we also get guys like that. We also get guys who kind of, slipped under the radar and want to give themselves another opportunity at trying to make it to a high level, or who are just late bloomers. I think a lot of people kind of get it, misconstrued about junior college. I mean, it's a lot of Division I players that are at this level, who just maybe didn't have the grades, maybe got in trouble. So it's not a whole lot of difference. You're not on TV and that type of stuff, but it's a place where you can come, get a couple of years of school paid for versus going somewhere paying for your school. It gives you a chance to work on your game, work on your body, work on your academics, and it just gives yourself another opportunity. Coaches had a bunch of guys come through, probably over 40 All-Americans he's had. Latrell Sprewell, some of those guys he's coached over the years, that's gone on and played at high level, gone overseas. So, it's a great opportunity to give you another shot at continue to pursue your dream.
Here at Pure Prospects, one of our mantras or whatever is, I think everyone deserves a second chance. These kids are young. We all made maybe some silly mistakes younger. It's not necessarily the parents' fault, or anything could have happened. But I really like the idea of being able to go somewhere, still be able to play a game you love, get your life back together, your grades, your school, and still have a chance to reach your ultimate goal and dream of playing, at a higher college, or maybe playing professional. And if not, you still get a chance to, to earn your degree.
Right. That's one of the opportunities we provide is for some guys getting a second chance, whether you messing up or whether you just weren't seen or exposed to being able to go to the next level. So we give guys another chance, to work on yourself, like it says, classroom, as people, maybe getting your body and different things together while still, getting your education towards a 4-year degree. And, it's something that I think guys should take advantage of if things don't work out like they, thought it would or expected it to work out coming out of high school. So it's other opportunities out there to still give yourself another chance to do some special things, whether it's on the basketball court or even, being able to play 2 more years after junior college and be able to get that degree to get out in the workforce and have a good paying job.
Now, where can people find Three Rivers, either on the internet, on Twitter, Facebook, any kind of social media, internet?
Our website is trcc.edu. We have there's an athletic link on there to click on. One of the things we do when we play during the season, we'll stream. I know most of our home games, and we'll stream all of our home games and some road games. So it gives you opportunity, to be able to watch some of our games. Twitter, I think we're at 3rsports.com would be our at 3rsports would be our Twitter handle. So we have a lot of things. We have a guy that kind of runs that and does some things on there. So, but trcc.edu would be our main homepage, and being able to get to our athletic site.
Well, make sure you keep us updated. We thank you for visiting with us, and we wish the program the best this year, Coach.
I appreciate it. I appreciate you having me on today as well.
Well, that wraps up this week's edition of Balling in the Bluegrass. at BNTB Podcast on Twitter. You can also follow us on Twitter, Pure Prospects, at _Cody_Thomas. We want to thank each and every guest that was on this week. For more recruiting news, rankings, articles, and updates, please visit us on the web at www.pureprospectsky.com. Thanks for listening. We'll see you next week.
Gotta not blow the speaker. I'll speak louder. Let's get wild tonight. Billionaire bottles, we just down. I'm like, ain't no problem. All my wrongs are right. All right, all right.